Good evening, everyone. I'm here with my leadership team. I want to give a brief statement, and then Commander from Kingwood, Rodriguez, is going to do some translating for us. Have Commander from Homicide here, Spears. Have both Executive Assistant Chiefs, Larry Satterwhite and Band 10. So this evening, approximately 4:54 p.m., officers responded to a burglary in progress call. The resident was observing and was alerted by security cameras at her home. Suspects were breaking in the back door of her residence, at which time she called the police. Again, that call came through at 4:54 p.m. Officers arrived at 4:57 p.m. Once officers arrived and went to the backyard, they observed the suspects in the backyard area near the back door. Gave chase to two suspects, who went in different directions. One suspect, an officer gave chase, jumped a few fences. Once he caught up with the suspect, they began to struggle. During that struggle, officer sustained minor injuries, but during the struggle, the suspect displayed a weapon. Don't know if the suspect fired or not. That's part of the investigation. But our officer discharged at least one time, striking the suspect. The suspect was pronounced deceased at the scene. The second suspect was found and located several blocks away from the original scene, and it's again the 2900 block of Woodland Grove. Again, it's just sad. It's tough on our officers, and this suspect, I always say it, he has a family. We never know what motivates somebody to start a criminal life, but I'm always cautious and respectful of family members. But to our officers, I'm really proud of what they do every day during this difficult time, suppressing crime in our great city. This officer, I spoke to him, and he's okay. He talked to his parents, but you can imagine the emotional pull that you have, because all of our people, they show up to protect and serve, but you don't necessarily show up to get involved in a shooting. And my prayers go to our officer and his family, and also the suspect's family. Want to say one thing about security cameras. Y'all heard me talk about this before, and alarm systems. Help us to help everybody. And the security cameras, where there's residential business, any facility that has a camera that can help us, and especially cameras that are recording real time. It helps us in our response, and it helped here today. So our officer is a 3-year officer from Kingwood, 3 years of service, and again, minor injuries from the struggle. He will be put on administrative duty pending the investigation, and our special investigative unit, they'll conduct the investigation, the criminal investigation, and IED will conduct the administrative investigation. So before we open up for questions, I'm going to let Officer Commander Rodriguez translate for us.
Hola, mi nombre es Adrián Rodríguez, soy el comandante de la estación aquí en Kingwood. Hoy a las 4:57 hubo un robo de habitación. Hubo 2 sospechosos, 2 hombres hispanos. El oficial le disparó a un sospechoso después que el sospechoso le apuntó una arma. Todo empezó cuando el dueño de la casa habló a la policía después que él vio a alguien en su casa, atrás en la yarda de su casa, tratando de entrar por la puerta. Cuando los sospechosos vieron a las policías, huyeron corriendo cuando llegó el oficial. El oficial estaba peleando con uno de los sospechosos cuando el sospechoso tenía una arma, y el oficial disparó una vez al sospechoso, y hay un sospechoso muerto ahorita. Los pido que la comunidad de Houston, por favor, oran por todos los que están aquí. Es una cosa muy grave y ojalá que todo va bien con las familias y estamos orando por ustedes. Gracias.
Thank you, Commander. We'll open up for questions.
You said
good?
the officer, I'm sorry, one second.
Yeah.
You said the officer saw a weapon. Did you all find it?
Yes, it's a weapon on the scene for the suspect's person.
Do you know if there's any correlation with this incident with reports from the neighborhood apps that have been saying that somebody was breaking into homes?
We don't know. We want to, before we just say that, let's verify it first, and that's part of the investigation. But we'll definitely update y'all if there are any connections. Okay.
Was the 911 caller inside the home, or she was somewhere else and looking at her security?
She was somewhere else, away from the home. Okay. She's okay, and thanks for asking. I did have an opportunity to talk to the homeowner, and visibly shaken. I mean, that's her home, and it may never be the same, but I told her we're gonna be here for her as a police department, whatever she needs. Even our victim services division, they'll help out as much as she needs.
Chief, you said there were two suspects. The other suspect was caught not too far.
A couple of blocks away. Yes. Okay.
Can you describe them, what they were wearing, what they looked like?
I didn't look at either of the suspects. One is deceased, and then the other one I didn't get a chance to look at him. So.
Chief, is there any indication that they may be part of some kind of ring or anything like that? Or is there any indication they might be part of some kind of crime ring, or was this an isolated incident?
I'm not sure right now. I don't want to speculate on it. That's going to be part of the investigation, and I will say never happy about a death, but I am glad that our suspects caught. Our officers caught these two suspects. Okay.
Were they in close quarters when the shooting happened? You mentioned that there was a fight or a struggle.
They were in close quarters. Yeah, they were actually struggling. Okay.
Was there anyone at home?
No one's at home at the time.
You emphasize once again, you said the importance of having surveillance footage and how it impacts the police department's ability to solve a crime or to respond to a crime.
It helps. It helps, especially when you got real-time cameras, when you can look at it and tell us what's going on as we respond. It really helps, and I think it helped these officers because having that information while you're en route. And I'm really proud of the 3 minutes response time. Really am.
Was it one officer that got there, or was you with a partner when you showed up?
I just know it was one. I got to get full briefing on it. It's still active. I wanted to get over here and get y'all out the heat. So, okay, good.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Chief.
All right. Thank you.